Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will start AZ-104 prerequisites for Azure administrators. If you remember, I discussed about how you can transform your career if you selectively discover the tools and skills you need to become an Azure cloud administrator. In line of that, I will start a video series to explain you all the components of AZ-104, where we'll start with prerequisites for Azure administrators. We'll cover identities, governance, implementing and managing storage, deploying and managing Azure compute resources, configuring and managing virtual networks, monitor and backup the Azure resources. All right, so first of all, I'll introduce you to the Azure. Azure is a cloud platform that provides the compute, storage, networking resources needed to build cloud-hosted application. Now, draw an image in your mind when I say that, right? So, if you are new to Azure, Azure portal is likely to be the primary way you interact with Azure, right? So, it's portal.azure.com. This portal will let you create and manage all your Azure resources. Database. You need to increase the size, decrease the size, increase the power of virtual machines, resize them, monitor your monthly cost, set budgets, diagnostic logging, everything. We'll see all this in this video series, right? It's a great learning tool because you can survey all available resources and use guided visits to create new ones, right? Make sure that you understand the different options, how you manage the Azure, including the Azure portal. All right. So when you talk about Azure management options, first thing is the Azure portal for interacting with Azure via a GUI, which is graphical user interface. So I'll quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Right. If you see portal.azure.com, you have to, if you have not, please buy the pay-as-you-go subscription. If you are a student, you will go for the free Azure subscription as well. There are different ways you can manage the Azure. One is the Azure PowerShell or CLI, which is command line interface, Azure Cloud Shell, and it is also accessible via the Azure mobile app, right? Which you can use for monitoring and managing your resources from your mobile device. You cannot actually create or make any changes, right? So Azure portal is a public website, if you see, which can be accessible over public internet through any web browser. Once you sign in with your Azure account, you can create, manage and monitor Azure services and resources. And you can use search to find different types of resources or the services and get links for help on the topic. The Azure portal also guides you through complex administrative tasks by using wizards and tooltips. So if you see all services, because I don't have any resource created, you'll see 0 resources under all resources. It's the document intelligence or the resource type that I've created. So I'll probably delete it because I'm not using it anymore. All right. Now, and then you have the Azure PowerShell as well. Azure PowerShell will let you connect to the Azure subscription and manage resources, right? So, for example, there are some modules. We'll see that in detail later, but there are some modules like AZ-VM, or wherein you want to create a resource group. So when you create a virtual machine, you first need a resource group, the name of the VM and the image, like will it be a Windows or a Linux or Ubuntu, whatever, right? Or a Mac. Now there are some PowerShell commands that you can use to launch. First, you need to launch PowerShell and install the Azure PowerShell module. If you have not done that yet, I'll show you how to do it. And then you can sign into your Azure account using the PowerShell command, which is connect - or dash whatever AZ account. And then you can create and monitor resources. Then there is AZ CLI or Azure CLI, which is also the command line program that connects to Azure and executes administrative commands on Azure resources. Then you have the Cloud Shell as well. This is the option of Cloud Shell. If you'll click on it, you'll see the interactive authenticated browser accessible shell, right? So you can select PowerShell or Bash. No storage account required. Mount storage account. you select your I have a pay-as-you-go subscription. It will request a Cloud Shell, and then you can use the commands within the web browser. And this also has many developer tools like text editors, source control tools, databases, and more. And then obviously you have the Azure mobile app as well. Now, how to navigate the Azure portal? Now, within Azure account, you can sign into the Azure portal. This portal is a web-based administration site that lets you interact with Azure services and the resources that you have created. So if you see, if you want to maximize it, you can do this. If you want to minimize it, you can do this, or you can drag and drop here. Now, this is the Azure portal, and this is the default page is home that you see, and then there are different home menus. So if you'll click on here, right, you see the different options. So this, make sure if it's your first time, remember that it's the portal's left hand sidebar is the portal menu, which would have a list of different Azure services and resource types. And please note that Azure has many more services than what's shown in this menu. The services listed here are the ones which might be in my favorite, and we can customize the favorite section with specific resources types that you tend to create or administer more often. And then you see there is a Copilot in Azure button on the top of the screen. Now, if your organization has made Microsoft Copilot in Azure, which is in preview, or if your company has made it available, you can select this button to ask questions, quickly navigate to services and resources, or get help with the task. Example would be like Copilot in Azure can help you design, operate, optimize, and troubleshoot your Azure apps and infrastructure. Copilot for Azure also helps you gain new insights about which Azure services can help with your objectives. And then there are Azure portal global controls. If you see here, these are the icons in the status bar at the top right side of the screen. These icons are global controls that are always available no matter what service you are working with. Each icon provides quick access to useful functionality such as configuring settings or viewing notifications about the portal activity. Then obviously you have Cloud Shell, which I discussed a bit about it. I'll cover in detail in the coming videos. Then you have the notifications pan as well. You'll get the notification, and if you want to modify settings, you select this gear icon to change the Azure portal settings. Different tab provides options to change settings such as directories, subscription management, the default view when you first sign in, right? And then you also have the support and troubleshooting pane. If you'll select this question mark here, it will pull up the support plus troubleshooting page or section or pane. This is where you can get help if you are experiencing a problem or need support. You can also see if any ongoing health events are impacting your Azure subscription or find links to support resources. There is also a feedback pane. And then there is profile settings as well. Here, if you'll click on it, you can also visit Azure Marketplace, where you start when you create new resources in Azure. I'll show you when I'll create a virtual machine, because the marketplace is the place where I will find, try, purchase, and provision applications and services from hundreds of leading service providers, all certified to run on Azure, right? And then you have Azure Advisor as well. I don't see the advisor. Is a free service built into Azure that provides recommendations on high availability. If you see here, the advisor. right? So it's a free service built into Azure that provides recommendations on high availability, security, performance, operational excellence, and cost. It analyzes the deployed services and suggests ways to improve the environment across those areas. We can view recommendations in the portal or download them into the PDF or CSV format, and then when you will select and you'll go to the overview, it will give you the cost, security, reliability, the operational excellence, performance, and the options to get the most out of Azure with the advisor section. All right, now you can work with the Azure resources by activating the Azure Sandbox. If you'll go to the Microsoft documentation, look for the section, the topic that we are covering on the Microsoft Learn, and then if you don't have a subscription, I think you can activate the Sandbox, and then you can go to the Azure portal. And if you will go on the home screen of the Azure portal, you will see dashboards as well. And then you can create and modify dashboards in the Azure portal. Dashboard is a customizable collection of UI tiles displayed in the Azure portal. We can add, remove, and position tiles to create the exact view what we need, what we want. Then save that view as a dashboard. And we all can configure multiple dashboards, and we can switch among all the multiple dashboards as needed. We can even share the dashboards with other team members, because dashboard will give us the flexibility in what information to display. Right? For example, we can create dashboards for specific roles within the organization, then use role-based access control to control who can access each dashboard. You will also have a default dashboard as well. I'm not set it to auto refresh. You can watch it in the full screen. You can exit out of the full screen. You can edit it. You can add these options and be good to go. And if you want to download the current dashboard or whatever dashboard you have, it will be downloaded as a JSON file. You need to just select export and then download the dashboard. No resources to display. I can create resources. I can add multiple tiles in this dashboard. For example, this, add, I can preview, and then I can click save. This is done. You can edit the dashboard this way. You can change the tiles this way. You can change the settings. And then you can share or unshare the dashboard. Let's say you've created your dashboard and then you click on share. To share the dashboard, publish it as an Azure resource. Azure role-based access control will determine who has access to the dashboard, right? So you can have sharing and plus access control on the dashboard. You can even clone the dashboard, right? And it will be saved, clone of my dashboard. I'll hit and cancel. And then you can obviously delete the dashboard by clicking on delete option if you want to delete it. So we have covered good amount of information in this video. I showed you how to sign into Azure using an Azure account, review the Azure portal features and customization options. You learned how to work with pans to perform tasks like creating a new resource. You created, customized, and shared a dashboard. So practice this much, and I will see you guys in the next video to cover the other parts of the Azure fundamentals or the skills and tools that you need to become an Azure cloud administrator. Results will show up when you will also do the lab, spend some time working on the Azure portal, buying a pay-as-you-go subscription, what type of emails you receive, so that it will be easier for you to guide your team members and help you start your career as an Azure Cloud Administrator if you have not working anywhere, right? So I hope this was informative to all of you. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.